Thanks for joining us on our show, Basic Concepts in the Wisdom of Kabbalah with Dr. Michael Laitman. Hello, everyone. On our show, each time we take a different concept and try to explain it in the simplest and also most touching way, meant for a person who just started studying. Today, we'd like to talk about intention. It's said that Kabbalists are engaged in intentions, dealing with different hidden things that no one can see. Now, I know that for many years, you were next to a great Kabbalist, the Rabash, the son of the great Yehuda Ashlag, Baal Sulam, the master of the ladder. You saw him in different states. And I'd be happy if you could take us to that first moment where suddenly you understood that your teacher is engaged in something that is not seen to the eye. What did you suddenly understand, feel?
I
found out that man has an intention besides the desire and thought. There's also intention. And usually we don't think about that. We do say, what do you mean? What do you want? As if there's something in addition behind what we see, the person that we see in his actions. What does he want to achieve? What does he want to do? And Kabbalists, like we see, like we hear, like we read in their books, they're very much concerned with the intention, meaning it's really important. What is the person's intention in every action? It's not that important what the action is, but what's important is the intention. And what should the intention be? It needs to be to the benefit or to benefit others. And here, when we discover that that's what we need to do, all of us reach a dead end, a wall. A wall that's endless in height and width. Either, or imagine yourself being in this kind of block of concrete. You can't do anything. But to you it is clear, from one day to the next, as much as you try to examine yourself, etc., it is clear to you that you're thinking only about yourself in every possible aspect, from the smallest to the greatest thing. When you breathe, think, do something, what you mean to do by it is to benefit yourself in some way. And the intention and the wisdom of Kabbalah doesn't talk about that, because that's clear to everyone, to the still, the vegetative, the animate, all the more to human beings, the speaking degree, that his intention is always to his own benefit. That's how we developed, and we discover that this is how we are by nature. And when we want to see what is the Creator demanding of us, then what does He want? Intention. What kind of intention? He has created us with the intention in which we care for ourselves all the time, think about ourselves all the time, in anything and everything, to the measure which I can, of course, but I think and care for myself. How can we care for something else? But we're told, no, your intention needs to be to care for others. Just like the Creator, it says about Him that He doesn't think about Himself. It's called that he has no desire to receive. Desire to receive pleasure. He doesn't think about himself at all. The very same you gradually need to reach a state where you do not think about yourself at all. And then you will start feeling reality, not through yourself, through your senses, through your attributes, but you will start feeling reality as reality is outside of yourself, as it is in and of itself. And the reality that you will discover outside of you is called the upper world, or the world of truth. It's called truth. Since you came out of yourself and you feel it objectively, independently, you don't think about yourself. You as if neutralized all your self-interests, desires about yourself. What will it give you? What will you get from it? Etc., etc. All that does not exist. Just one thing exists. What's that exists outside of me? And my intention is to its benefit, to the benefit of whatever is outside of me. And so Kabbalists continue explaining that outside of man is only the Creator. Who is the Creator? It is that field of force, a force field that exists outside of us that fulfills the whole of reality, everything. And still, what is this force? What is this thought? It said, this is the thought of creation to benefit his created beings. And what can I do with it? We're told, if you will identify in your attitude, in your relation toward that field that's outside of you and fulfills the entire world, then try to come closer to it, to reveal it. And you'll start feeling that this force is directed at you. And this is how you will start feeling each other. You will start understanding each other, influencing each other in different ways, in order to get some kind of an impression, in order to better feel one another. And this is how, together, you will start developing. It's called I for my beloved one and my beloved one for me, that we have this kind of dialogue. The more I think about the Creator, the more I take him into consideration in my different actions and whatever I do, but it's him. Accordingly, maybe not immediately, maybe I need to practice somewhat to get a bit excited by the Creator's bestowal toward me. At first it's not felt, but then I start feeling that, yeah, there is someone that's acting outside of me, toward me, and I start feeling him on the inside, like between two people. The same way I and the Creator, and he talks, I understand, I hear and listen through my different senses. Usually, we're talking about some kind of additional sense, sixth sense, because to begin with, by nature, we have 5 senses. And then I start relating to the Creator, and the Creator starts relating to me, and I have contact with him. And then everything's arranged. That's very exciting, what you've just described. You need to practice. You need many exercises, help from the environment. The help isn't even in that you're told, do this, don't do that, but they too are engaged in it to some extent, so that atmosphere influences you in the waves, in these waves of thinking about the Creator, bestowing upon the Creator. You can even somehow kind of guess what he wants to tell you. This is something that everyone needs to perform. So to sum up what I understood, you told me that naturally your intention is always to your own benefit. Right. That's how you were made. It's not that something's screwed in me. True. And I need to upgrade the intention? Yes. To invert it, so to speak. Invert it. Instead of myself, to think about the Creator. And then in that, I discover that the Creator is thinking about me. Previously, you told me that I need to think to the benefit of others. Wait, in order to reach a thought about the Creator, an intention toward the Creator, then in front of me there's an entire world, the still, vegetative, animate other people, and I can train to think about them and so-called bestow, love, connection. And then Kabbalists recommend make some kind of a small group for yourself, small society. And in that society, where you will collect other such people that want to reach the same goal, then you'll give each other examples, support. Each will learn about the other, will see how the other is in some kind of struggle with himself, nearing others in that group. And then the best thing is to do it in tens, that you'll divide into tens, groups of 10 people. Right. And in that group, each will think about that group. What should one's intention be? To the benefit of the group. And then, from loving the love of man, you reach loving the Creator. That I try to think about my friends in the group in different ways, in different good, nice ways that are beneficial to them. I pray for them to the Creator. I near them, I come closer to them, I help them, and they do the same toward me. And then, what follows is that this way we come closer to one another, and by that we awaken the Creator to reveal Himself to us, meaning that He will reveal His desire. That's called love, that's called connection. These are considered different good influences. So, by awakening these kinds of relations between us, by that we draw Him to reveal Himself until He becomes revealed. So I build like a little laboratory, which is the place where I improve my intentions, which are toward others, good intentions towards others. Yes, towards that group of friends of yours. Now, if I shift to my own benefit to the benefit of others, this will open the upper world to me? Yeah? Why? Because it's the opposite. You will see nature in its opposite. And that usually what we see in nature is according to our qualities of reception, where we want to draw everything to ourselves. So everything that we see in nature is also the same, meaning I as if project onto nature my intentions and desires, and then what I see is this world, still vegetative, animate, other people that are all working only to their own benefit. And then what I see is an egoistic world in which everyone cares only for themselves. Absolutely. and even better, at the expense of others. And the spiritual world is the opposite. That's why we don't feel it. It's something that acts in a way that it's like you turn what you wear inside out, that it was inverted, that it was on the one side and you turned it inside out to the other side. And this is what we need to come to. Instead of our intention, bad intention toward others, we need to invert our intention into good. And this applies to everyone, towards everything, the still, vegetative, animate, other people, and the Creator. All in all, what I need to achieve are these 5 degrees of love, of bestowing. The degree of the still, of the vegetative, of the animate, of the speaking, and the Creator. And all this is a change in intention, and it's only a change in intention, and then what you see is, as it says, an upside-down world, an inverted world. According to the way you change your intention, that's how you'll see the world. Others don't see it. Each sees according to their own intention. And those on the way who have not changed their intention or changed their intention a bit, to that extent, this is what they'll see. The more you talk about it, and also you said to invert, I see that there's either 0 or 1. Either it's an intention to my own benefit, inwards, or an intention to the benefit of others, outwards. Yeah. And so if I'm directed inwards, that's how I was made, then what I grasp is the world that I perceive now. But I can never perceive the upper world that way, not in a million years. True, only according to your demand, according to changing my inner intention, that I invert it to the benefit of others. Yes, and it's against our own nature. It's hard to imagine. And therefore, there's an entire method here that helps us change our intention. Why was I created with an intention to my own benefit if the idea is for me to reach the intention to benefit others? It's in order to invert your intention to your own benefit to the benefit of others, then you'll feel the difference between the intentions. You will be able to change these intentions by yourself, to change their intensity, and that way to determine for yourself, by yourself, the degree that you want to live on. The word to bestow, you said that I need to reach the intention of in order to bestow. What is that? It's like now that in whatever you do, in your approach to anything or everything, you intend to gain something for it, that there is something in you that demands change for the better, and this is what your intention is, to achieve that. Now, changing to the intention in order to bestow is that you'll want to do it only for the benefit or to the benefit of others. Can you give me an example of what the intention to bestow is? That right now, I don't want to think about myself at all, whatsoever. And what I want is to reach a state where I will have an intention and thought only to bestow to Oren Levi, you. That instead of having the intention to bestow to Michael Laitman, I want to bestow to Oren Levi as much as possible. Just like now, I think only about myself. Intention and thought, is it the same? Thought is something broader, maybe higher, more comprehensive. Intention is what I aim myself, direct myself toward. meaning that it has a certain direction. Yeah, that's also what we say in life. What do you want to achieve? Like, there's a beginning and an end to a thought, to an action, to a desire. What is it aimed at? So how would you define the word intention? Intention means thought that scrutinizes what does a person want to achieve as a result of whatever action he is engaged in. How do you change your intention from receiving for myself to bestowing good to others? That's actually the entire way that we need to make. There are two things about it. There's the desire to change the intention and the means to change it. The desire to change the intention sometimes appears in a person that comes to study the wisdom of Kabbalah, that doesn't even feel that this is what he came for. These are things that in the meantime are hidden from a person, and then there's a method of how to change the intention. Therefore, our entire teaching is only what intention are we in and what intention do we need to come to. Does a person need to practice his intentions? Well, suppose. What's the first intention that a student needs to practice? No, it's all the same. All the intentions that exist in a person are only to his own benefit, and if he wants to correct that, then he needs to invert them in order to bestow. And the teaching helps. The study helps to draw a force that will help a person change his intention. What kind of force is that? The upper force, the force of bestowal, or even the creator. So it's all about how to draw the upper force into my life that will invert my intention from reception to doing good to others. Yes. And in that, you will become like the creator. Then you will be called Adam, man, or in Hebrew also meaning to be similar to the Creator. How can a person measure that he's advancing toward bestowal because intention seems like something elusive? This is what we build groups for. This laboratory that we talked about. Yeah. That people that start studying, they come to a teacher and the teacher arranges them in groups. It's called tens because the optimum direction, the optimum number of members in a group are 10. We'll explain that later. And so they're in a group and they wish to receive mutual bestowal until they connect with one another with the help of the upper force, that the Creator arranges their connection, and then in their connection, they start discovering the force of bestowal called the Creator. They can really measure their advancement toward bestowal. Not immediately, but yes. What does a person get if he starts making intentions? By that, he gets to know the upper world. He connects with the upper force. How closer or further away he gets, and all these things are brought in the Kabbalah books. Suppose a person started, but he still hasn't achieved this exalted intention of love toward others. If now he does something good to others, is there some kind of, does it do something good? Even if he doesn't immediately feel a benefit from it, and he doesn't immediately feel that he gained something as a result or that he has advanced, still it's worthwhile doing, because by different such actions, and especially that he does it in a group of people, then he really feels himself that he's advancing. I heard that Kabbalists make work on their intention, what do? All in all, they need to reach a state where their intention is to the benefit of others. And the others, we can say that these are people just like me, that all of us need to help each other by setting examples through our studies, in general, in all the ways and all the orders of life that we need to help each other attain the upper world. Kabbalah says that the gist of man's intention should be to give contentment to the Creator. What is that intention? To give contentment to the Creator is something that we can do only if we bestow to other people, because there's nothing to bestow to the Creator. He has no deficiency. And so his entire deficiency is in that my friends will enjoy him. And so I need to help the Creator, and that I help my friends in the group to reach such a connection where the Creator will be able to bestow to that connection and enjoy us. So I become the Creator's helper by helping other people to advance toward intentions of love and bestow. You bet. I even feel that the Creator is expecting it, waiting for it. He's dependent on me. The Adhere said that the intention should be to adhere your soul to the root, because the Creator is our root that everything comes from, and we need to connect with one another up to the point where we will feel Him as our root that bestows, that gives, that fulfills us. And in return, we want to connect with one another, and that in the connection that we build, we come closer to Him. We get closer and closer. It's said that before every action in Kabbalists, their intention is to unite the Creator with creation. What is that? It's to connect the Creator with the created beings. In other words, the Shekhinah, divinity, are people that connect with each other in order to give the Creator the opportunity to bestow upon them, to reveal Himself among them. They all have the intention in order to bestow. Bala Sulam writes that the intention in man's work should be to increase the glory of the heavens. What does it mean? It means that the thought of creation, which is to advance the created beings toward connection with each other and with the Creator, so that Israel, the light, and the Creator will be as one, meaning that all the created beings called Israel because they are in Yashar Kel Israel, meaning that they have the intention to reach adhesion with the Creator, literally meaning they connect with one another, and in their connection they also want to reach connection to the Creator. So Kabbalists gather in tens, and the 10 comes closer to the concept of Creator. So their intention is to, if suppose Kabbalists will be able to do it, and more people will come closer to bestow, what will happen? All in all, people will reveal that there's a Creator in the world. How will that change things? Because now there are plenty of problems. That completely inverts the world. If a person discovers that there's a Creator in the world, that it is the good and beneficial force that controls and governs everyone, a person inverts his intentions. Not only his intentions, his everything. Thoughts, desires, everything, because he starts feeling that he is inside the upper force. Wars, there's no room for all that. Just one thing, connection between us and the Creator. That's the only thing that exists in the world. A person starts discovering that the corporeal world doesn't exist at all. But this is for next time. Last question. You taught me many things about intentions, but what is the most important thing for us to remember about intention that I always need to direct myself from fulfilling myself to fulfilling others, the group? What do you wish me personally as a student who just started studying the wisdom of Kabbalah in regard to intention? To be a good friend in the group, that your teacher will arrange for you. What will that lead me to? Connection with the friends, and in the correct connection with the friends, you'll reveal the Creator. What intention should I have in this process? Only toward connection between us and the Creator. And by that, we reach the end of our correction and reveal the reality of the true endless world, which is the opposite of our world, and everything's open to us. I don't have the words to describe it. We'll find it all, but it'll take time. Thank you very much, Dr. Laitman. Thank you for being with us. Till next time, all the best.